Ashwood, a town lost in time, nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering willows. It was the kind of place where secrets lingered like morning mist, where the past was never truly gone. The townsfolk were simple, their lives a tapestry of routine and quiet contentment, until the wind changed. It began subtly, a whisper at the edge of hearing. Strange dreams plagued the townsfolk, filled with shadows and the scent of damp earth. Children swore they saw a young girl in the woods, her eyes two pools of endless night. The adults dismissed it as childish fancy. They should have listened. The first sign of true trouble appeared on the old church steps, a single crimson stain, vivid against the weathered stone, then another, and another. The stains spread like a macabre vine, creeping across the cobblestones, reaching towards the heart of the town. Fear, like the creeping cold of winter, began to settle in their hearts. The whispers grew louder. Her name was Elizabeth. At least that's what the whispers called her. She was a wisp of a girl, dressed in rags, her face pale and eternally solemn. But it was her eyes that chilled you to the bone, black as pitch, reflecting nothing, consuming everything. Elizabeth walked the cobblestone streets, her bare feet leaving bloody footprints in her wake. She spoke to no one, acknowledged no one. Yet her presence was inescapable. Like a stain on the soul, she seeped into every corner of Ashwood. The air grew heavy, thick with a palpable dread. Some tried to approach her, drawn by a morbid curiosity or a misplaced sense of pity. But one look from those eyes was enough to send them scrambling back. There was an ancient sorrow etched on her face, a depth of pain that defied her youthful appearance. She was a walking wound on the fabric of Ashwood, a constant reminder that something was terribly wrong. The story of Elizabeth was an old one, buried deep within the town's history, passed down through hushed whispers and fearful glances. She had been a real girl once, full of life and laughter, until the night of the ritual. A group of townsfolk, consumed by greed and ambition, had sought to tap into a power beyond this world. They found ancient texts, promising unimaginable power in exchange for a blood sacrifice. Elizabeth, an innocent, was chosen. The ritual went horribly wrong. The power they sought turned against them, leaving behind a scar on Ashwood's soul. Elizabeth's spirit, bound to the town by the blood spilled in her name, remained, trapped between the world of the living and the cold embrace of death. The bloodstains that marked her path were a grim echo of the sacrifice made in the name of forbidden knowledge. The townsfolk had tried to forget, but the blood remembers. Section 4, The Town That Forgot to Breathe. The insidious influence of Elizabeth's presence began to take hold. The townsfolk, once peaceful and welcoming, became shadows of their former selves. Their eyes, once filled with warmth and laughter, now held a vacant, haunted look. Paranoia bloomed like a poisonous flower. Neighbors turned on neighbors, suspicion twisting their words and actions. The once vibrant community gatherings devolved into tense standoffs, filled with accusations and veiled threats. The air crackled with unease, the silence broken only by the echoes of their own fear. The bloodstains multiplied, appearing in homes, on doorways, even inside the very walls. They were a constant, chilling reminder of Elizabeth's growing power and the town's dark secret. Ashwood, once a haven, became a prison of its own making. The town that once breathed easy was now holding its breath, suffocating under the weight of its own sin. Section 5. The Unmaking of Shadows. A few refused to succumb to the encroaching darkness. They remembered the warmth and sense of community that had once defined Ashwood. Seeing the terror in their neighbors' eyes, they knew they had to fight. This small group delved into the town's archives. They sought answers in old diaries and town records. Elizabeth was the key, not as a vengeful spirit, but as a conduit. The ritual had created a tear in reality, a wound Elizabeth's spirit kept open. They had to complete the ritual to banish the power, to mend the tear and release Elizabeth. They were Ashwood's last hope, clinging to the belief that even in darkness, light could find a way. Section 6. What the Blood Remembers. The struggle to break the ritual was harrowing. The group dwindled, picked off one by one. In the end, only one remained. Elizabeth's spectral form hovered before them. The survivor faced an impossible choice: complete the ritual and sever the town's connection to Elizabeth, or succumb to the darkness, making Ashwood a tomb. The survivor chose to break the curse. A blinding light banished Elizabeth's spirit. The bloodstains vanished, the town returned to tranquility. But peace came at a cost. The memories of Elizabeth and the darkness were gone. The town awoke as if from a bad dream. The survivor alone carried the weight of the town's history, left to grapple with the haunting question: what happens when the memories of blood are forgotten? Is true peace possible without acknowledging the darkness? The answer, like the wind whispering through the trees, remained elusive.